Welcome to Little English Studio, where we bring the world's greatest stories to life in clear and simple English. Today, we travel to the rugged mountains of western Iran, where a massive cliff holds one of the most important inscriptions in human history. This is Bisotun, a place where kings carved their power into stone, where empires rose and fell, and where ancient messages survived thousands of years to reach us. Let's begin our journey. Standing at the foot of the towering Zagros Mountains, the Bisotun archaeological site feels like a doorway into the deep past. The warm wind blows across the plains of Kermanshah, the scent of earth and stone mixing with the crisp air descending from the cliffs. Long before roads, cars, or cities existed here, people were already passing through this ancient corridor. Merchants from Mesopotamia, soldiers of Persia, caravans from Central Asia, and wandering storytellers all made their way across these mountains. Bisotun was not simply a stop on a journey. It was a record of civilizations written into rock. The heart of Bisotun is the legendary Behistun inscription, one of the most important texts in world history. Imagine a vertical cliff so steep you can barely look straight upward without hurting your neck. On this impossible wall, 70 meters above the ground, King Darius the Great ordered his story to be carved in the year 520 BCE. Workers dangled on ropes, chiseling words into the hard limestone under the burning Persian sun. They were not carving poetry. They were carving power. Darius had just taken the throne of the Achaemenid Empire, but his rule was challenged by rebellions across the empire. Instead of simply crushing his enemies, he turned his victory into a monumental document. The scene carved on the rock shows Darius standing tall, his bow raised in confidence. Before him kneels the defeated usurper Gormata, and behind Gormata are 9 rebel kings, their hands bound, lined up like a warning to the world. Above them floats Ahura Mazda, the supreme god of the Persian religion, blessing Darius and giving divine legitimacy to his rule. What makes the inscription extraordinary is its content. Beneath the images, thousands of lines of text were carved in 3 languages: Old Persian, Elamite, and Babylonian. It was the ancient world's version of the Rosetta Stone. These inscriptions helped modern scholars unlock Cuneiform, one of the world's oldest writing systems. Without Bisotun, much of Mesopotamian history might have remained unreadable forever. Picture this: for centuries, people traveling along the Silk Road would glance up at the cliff and see this enormous, mysterious carving. They couldn't read it, but they knew it was ancient and sacred. Some believed it was the work of giants. Others whispered legends that it was a message from the gods. Even in the Middle Ages, travelers like Marco Polo saw the cliff and wrote about it, not knowing that the secrets of ancient Persia were staring right at them. But Bisotun is more than the inscription. The surrounding landscape hides layers of human life from the Paleolithic age to the modern era. Archaeologists have uncovered caves where prehistoric humans lived, leaving behind stone tools and traces of fire. Later came the Median and Achaemenid civilizations, building roads, shrines, and settlements. In the Hellenistic period, a Greek-style statue known as the Hercules of Bisotun was carved into the rock, showing a muscular figure resting on a lion's skin, holding a cup in his hand. The contrast is striking. A Greek hero sculpted into a Persian mountainside, showing how cultures blended through trade and empire. During the Parthian and Sassanid empires, Bisotun continued to flourish. Reliefs were added, buildings were constructed, and the site remained a major stop on the Great Road between Babylon and Ecbatana. In the Islamic era, the area remained populated, with caravanserais and trade routes bringing life to the foot of the mountain. Every era left a mark, as if all of human history paused here for a moment before continuing forward. What fascinates many historians is how the Behistun inscription managed to survive everything: wars, invasions, earthquakes, time, and weather. The carving is high enough that armies could not reach it, safe from destruction, and the rock face protected it from erosion. Its survival feels almost miraculous. When European scholars finally copied and studied the inscription in the 19th century, they unlocked the forgotten languages of ancient empires. The Behistun inscription became a key that opened an entire storybook of humanity. Walking at the base of the mountain today, you feel a quiet heaviness. The cliff rises above you like a giant tablet shaped by time itself. The sun hits the limestone, making it glow gold in the afternoon. If you listen carefully, you can hear the distant sound of water from an ancient spring nearby, the same water that nourished people thousands of years before you. It's easy to imagine ancient scribes debating the right words to carve, workers chanting as their hammers struck stone, soldiers guarding the cliff, and people passing by wondering what message this place held. Bisotun is not only a monument to kings, but also a message about storytelling. Humans have always wanted to record their victories, their fears, their beliefs, and their identities. Whether on clay tablets, on parchment, in books, or in digital files today, we keep telling stories. Darius the Great chose stone because he wanted his message to last forever, and in many ways it has. Standing there at the foot of this monumental cliff, you realize that time changes everything except our desire to leave something behind. Bisotun remains a reminder that history is not far away. It is carved into mountains, whispered by winds, and hidden in places where you least expect it. And when you finally look up at the inscription, you feel that the ancient world is not gone. It's still speaking. All you have to do is listen. And that was the story of Bisotun, a mountain of memory carved by kings and preserved by time. A place where languages were unlocked, histories rediscovered, and human ambition etched into stone forever. If you enjoyed this journey with Little English Studio, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of history, culture, and the wonders of our world, told in clear and simple English. See you in the next video.